Luka Chuppi, hide and seek, as it's translated to in English. And hidden within this movie was a good movie. It's just unfortunate that it was so hidden that it never made it to the screen. And it's unfortunate because I think the subject matter could have lent itself to a good film. However, you're left with a film with no character development, a story that's introduced after the intermission, which is completely unfucking acceptable. A lot of people watch my reviews and they think, look at this asshole. He's here to just trash our movies. He's here to talk shit. He doesn't understand our culture. He doesn't understand anything. You know, he compares our movies to American movies all the time, etc., etc. And I just want to set the record straight by saying that the reason why I hate this movie is not because I'm an American. It's not because it doesn't meet my standards. It doesn't meet all this other shit. It's literally because of nonsensical moments that have nothing to do with culture, that have nothing to do with anything. By the way, before I get into it, this is a spoiler review, so I'm going to talk spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, turn the video off now. I'm actually getting tired of people telling me that I don't preempt people and let people know that there's spoilers coming. Every single review that we've ever done on this channel is a spoiler review. So I'm just letting you know now, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay, but before I get into why I feel the way I do, let me start off with some positives. First of all, Pankaj Tripathi, fucking brilliant performance. I enjoyed his character, I enjoyed his acting, I enjoyed his costume, I enjoyed his flamboyance. I just enjoyed him throughout the entire film. He stole the show every single time he was on screen, hands down, and to that, hats off, commendable. I have no negatives to say about that because he was playing a character that was so fucking extreme, so over the top, but yet so real and believable that, I don't know, I just loved it. I mean, to be honest with you, all the acting was fine. Guru was fine. Rashmi was fine. I mean, the actors and actresses who played these respective characters. Overall, all of the performances were fine. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't have an issue with that. There's a moment after the interval in which Rashmi and Guru, they're sitting on a roof, and and Abbas is there as well. And Rashmi basically breaks down and says, I can't keep this up anymore. I can't keep the lie up anymore. I just can't do this. And what I enjoyed about this scene, it was for the first time in the entire film, the director allowed the action to actually slow down and you got to be in that moment with the characters. I mean, the camera starts off wide where you see all three of them and it continues to push and push and push and push until it's a close-up and it's just Rashmi and Guru in the frame together and she's crying and it was a very heartfelt, touching moment. I enjoyed that moment. Of course, it had to be ruined with the little kid farting and completely took me out of the scene, completely took me out of the seriousness of the scene. And it's moments like that that happen throughout the movie that don't add up to anything. I mean, let's just talk about the kid knowing for a second. What did the story truly gain from that? Nothing. Well, 2 jokes. That joke, and then him buying a bike, and then the video games later on. 3 jokes. That's it. There's at no point did the kid, you know, hang that over his head. There was no added drama of the kid telling the parents or the family any of this shit. It was literally just thrown in there because. And why? The story literally doesn't come into the picture until after the intermission. Because what's the story? The story is about 2 people who can't get married. And they want to get married, but because of this whole live-in taboo-ness of the situation, they can't, and then they get married. And even what I just said is convoluted, because technically that's not even really the story either. I mean, honestly, you know, the first half of the movie was the worst part of the movie. It was so fucking terrible, and in my opinion, there was nothing redeemable at it. The first half is when you're supposed to solidify your characters. You're supposed to really understand who they are, where they come from, you know, what they're all about, their motivations, where they're going, where they're trying to end up. And in this movie, you don't get any of that. You don't get anything. All you get are 2 or 3 montages that expedite the slow moments that should have been happening in this film. You don't develop a relationship between the 2 fucking main characters at any point. Literally, you don't. You just fucking see moments of, oh, I'm sitting in the street. Oh, I'm being cute. Oh, look at the rickshaw. It almost ran me over. Hee hee hee. Oh, we're at this little park. Oh, look at me. Oh, we're being cute and laughing and holding each other. That's not character development. Because at no point did the movie fucking slow down and have them go to dinner, go to do anything. And I mean, actually have them sit there and talk to each other, talk to one another as human beings. Explain how they feel about life, about whatever the fuck. It's just a stupid fucking love story bullshit that you get. And I know people out there love that shit, but this guy doesn't. Because I will fucking eat a love story up if there is character. Gully Boy had a love story. You know, it was a little bit of a different one. It wasn't your traditional one. But I was satisfied with it. By the end of the movie, I was like, you know, there was some character development. I understood where he was coming from. In this movie, you don't get anything. The characters are morons. I mean, genuinely morons. Towards the end of the movie, you know, they blame Abbas. Well, you told me to do this. Oh, what? You don't have a mind? You don't have a brain of your own? You can't make your own fucking decisions? You gotta blame other people? This is just gonna be a fucking huge rant, and I don't give a fuck. They go to this hotel, they're there for 20 days, and then we somehow forget that they have a fucking job. Must be nice that they don't have to work for the fucking whole month when they're reporters and shit, when the whole concept of a reporter is you're supposed to report. I mean, the movie starts out with reporting, but when they go in this fucking house, you forget all about it, and then you introduce the fucking nosy neighbor. Who led to nothing, by the way. I mean, she was completely over the top nosy to the point of ridiculousness. You know, it... Fuck. It was stupid. I'm sorry. And why it was stupid? Not because she was nosy, not because of the situation she was doing was fucking stupid, and not because she got him in the lie, which was a dumb fucking thing too, because, oh, they got him in the lie. Oh, okay, let me see. So, Rashmi and Guru never fucking talked about it once, that how long they've been fucking married, and they go all the way out to fucking, another fucking country, or another fucking part of this, wherever the fuck, to get away so they could fucking live in together, and they never once thought, let's fucking come up with a fucking idea? Fuck! It takes fucking 2 minutes to fucking figure out a backstory. 6 months, 1 year. I mean, what is this, a fucking 12-year-old comedy? I mean, did literally teenagers write this? Because if teenagers wrote this fucking movie, I would believe it. I wouldn't question it. I wouldn't say shit. I'd be like, you know what? This makes sense. It came from a fucking teenager's mind. But it didn't. These are grown-ass adults. How can you make your characters so fucking stupid? Let's talk about the landlord that makes him pay $4,000 extra. He doesn't come back at all. Thanks a lot. That fucking, I don't know what his purpose was. Let's see. You have the father at the end, he's literally the head of the party that's against live-in relationships. He's the head of the fucking party. I don't know about you guys out there, but from what I've seen, people who are in charge of extreme groups like that, they don't just change overnight. Yes, he may love his daughter, but I fucking highly doubt that he's just gonna be like, oh, my daughter wanted to get married. He was in a live-in relationship. Everything's fine. Let me ask my son-in-law, how do I appeal to the young people's votes? Really? That's believable? Only in a fucking Bollywood movie is that gonna happen. Only in a Hollywood movie. Only in a bullshit-ass, stupid fucking movie like this. And that's what bothers me, because the story, the fucking content, the material here can be made into a fucking good film. If the director only was fucking concerned with actually telling a story, as opposed to just putting characters in more and more ridiculous, stupid fucking situations, there could have been a good movie. And I know I'm gonna get dislikes on this video. I know I'm gonna get fucking shit in the comments. And I don't give a fuck, because I can guarantee you the people who are fucking disliking this video, they won't watch this. They like to fucking just swallow shit all the time. They just like to eat shit. At least the sound wasn't bad. Second half of the movie was a little bit better, because actually that's when you finally start to get the stakes of like things actually starting to come into fruition and start to happen. But you're still left with a bunch of ridiculous bullshit that's not real. It's not plausible, you know? Yeah. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what else to say. I'm not going to say anything else, actually. This movie doesn't deserve my time. You can turn it off.